So probably a lot of you don't know how to wire up an outlet or a switch, and I'm going to show you. First, we're going to do an outlet, so let's take a look here. Yellow Romex is 12 gauge wire, white is 14 gauge wire. White is pretty much illegal now, so now it's just pretty much 12 gauge wire. So you got your black, your ground, and your white in here. The black is the hot one. We've already turned off the power. I did get shocked earlier because my hot tester was broken. I've had this thing forever, and all this stuff broke on the inside, which is quite shocking. Anyway, so what you want to do is make sure that your power's off, which hopefully it is. You might get to see a shocked John on this one. I don't know, Brooke just saw it and she laughed a lot and pointed to all her friends about it. Now she's a YouTube sensation. That's not really true, she was very nice about it. So you want to get this stuff exposed. And so here's what's going on, okay? One of these comes in and one comes out. On an outlet, it doesn't matter which one, right? So you can see one of these wires comes in and one comes out. So it's coming from the breaker box to here and then from here to another place. But we need to hook it up to this outlet so that we'll have power. So blacks are your hot, that's power coming in, that's what'll shock you. White is your neutral, and that it's alternating current. And so what that means is that it comes up the hot and then comes back down the neutral. And then your ground goes straight to a ground bar that goes into the ground. And when there's a problem, then electricity is lazy, like us, and takes the path of least resistance, and that takes it straight down to the ground, and then it dissipates, so then you don't get shocked as badly. So first thing you want to do is take your grounds and twist those suckers together, okay? So that we're good and grounded. These are wire strippers, but they're also dikes, which are pretty cool. They cost a little bit more, but definitely worth it. So you want to get just one sticking out for that one. And then you want to curl this sucker over. And your bare wire goes on your green screw. Okay, so green is ground and bare wire is ground. So sometimes there's a green wire and that'll be ground, or the bare wire is ground. So then we take that and we pinch it around there, like that. And then we tighten this up. Tight connections are really important in electricity because if it's not tight, then it'll spark, and if there's anything flammable, then it'll start a fire. It also makes some heat and stuff like that. So green is to ground. There's silver screws and there's brass screws. Silver screws go to white, brass screws go to black, okay? So we're gonna take these, and we're gonna cut them back. Oh, I got the wonky pliers. And then strip them back. There's backstabber ones too, but they cost more. And those you just stick in the back of the thing. And a lot of electricians don't say good things about those. So I don't really care if you want to use a backstabber or knock yourself out. We just don't have it for this one. So we stick that onto the screw and then tighten it around. Like that. Same thing. Okay, so it's good and tight all the way around. There's our whites that go on silver screws. Our green goes to bare wire, which is ground. And then we're gonna cut off the excess here. Usually you wanna have 6 inches out of the box whenever you're running your wires, which is about your hand. And let's just see if I'm anywhere close to right on 6 inches. Oh snap, it's exactly 6 inches. Look at that. It's weird. Our bodies are made a certain way. Did you know that you have exactly one eye width in between your eyes? And right here, that's how long your nose is. And from here to here is how big your foot is. And your wingspan is how tall you are. There are many things like that. Girls, stop listening. 3 times as big as your thumb, that's how big your penis is. Shh. Girls don't understand measurements because their whole life they've been told that this is 9 inches. It's not. All right, so anyway, back to reality. And you, once again, just get these on there. It's good that it's important that you get it wrapped around there tight. And I probably make that look easier than it is, but just make sure that yours is tight. Also, 12 gauge wire is significantly harder to work with than 14 gauge wire. So you kind of have to muscle it a little bit, but I'm used to manhandling it because I am. So then you take all this stuff and you kind of mash it back in the box. You don't want to cut it too short or anything. I usually use a drill at this point because I'm lazy. And then you put these 2 screws in. One down here. some knucklehead put this box in a little deep, but we'll fix it. So you want this to be flat with the wall. You don't want it to necessarily be tight, and this happens a lot, right? Is that you got to get this flat with the wall, but not sunk into the wall, because then your switch plate will go in the right place, and you have some room to adjust too, right? So then from there, you got your outlet cover. This is the really hard part. And you put that on, and then you tighten that up. And you're gonna snuggle, have to cock that, but that's how you put on an outlet. Yay, you learned something.